Hey guys, how's everyone doing today? So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a full face of the brand Circa. It's the stuff I told you about yesterday that I got from Dollar General, and I did go back and I found a BB cream instead of a foundation. It looks a little bit light, but it should work, and now I do have a complete and full face except bronzer, so I will make do with one of these products to make a bronzer. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. I do have my cup of coffee here in case I need it, which I'm sure I will a few times. I don't know why, I lose my voice every once in a while. But anyway, let's get into the video. So I'm going to start off with the Circa Fresh Canvas Anti-Stress Primer right here. And this felt like a very moisturizing primer. It does say hydrating and illuminating. It looks like a lotion. I showed you yesterday. I'm just going to dab it on the back of my hand and put it on my face. It does not feel silicone-y at all. I actually really like this primer, by the way it feels right now. We'll see how it looks. But it does feel very lotiony and moisturizing without the silicone slip. Alright, so that's on. Actually, it smells really good too, like a lotion, of course. So now I will use the Circa BB cream. Just says color cream in the shade light, 01 light, but it's not as light as a normal 01 light would look. So I'm going to put it on my little tray. Oh, that's a lot. So let's see. So here it is on my tray right there. I'm going to try it with a brush first, and then after the brush I will, use my beauty blender like I always would. So it is a little bit light, but I'll make do with it. My powders, the face powders I have, which should be able to darken it a little bit because they're a little bit darker. And it's only a BB cream, so it shouldn't be like crazy coverage. Sorry, I'm using my monitor for my mirror right now. And another thing they didn't have was eyeshadows, so I'm going to make the blushes work as eyeshadow, because I do have multiple blushes. I won't be able to use them all on my cheeks, obviously, so I'll use them as eyeshadow, and that's how I'll make do with that. So this feels, it doesn't feel like crazy heavy. It does feel a little bit heavier, like a BB cream would, but it doesn't feel like crazy heavy. It's not too bad. It kind of feels like a thick moisturizer. So now I'm going to move on to the concealer. I did get quite a few concealers, so I'll make do with them when I can. Let me see. This is an illuminating concealer right here. There's one of the stick concealers, and I do have another stick concealer. I do believe it's a little bit darker, so I might be able to work this in as a light contour, so we'll see. Can you see it at all? Oh, a little bit. It shows up a little bit, so I can use this as like contour slash bronze. I'll blend that in a minute. I didn't want to use any other brand products because then it wouldn't be a full face of one brand. That always drives me nuts when people do that. So if I don't have a product, I'll make do with the products I do have. So I can see that a little bit. I'm pretty sure it's not really going to, it should do a little bit for me. It may not be like, crazy bronzy contoured looking face, but it should work just enough to give me some kind of color, which I do believe it is. Even contoured the nose. So there's the contour, which, obviously you can see there's something there. It doesn't have to be a strong contour every day. I'm going to move on to the regular concealer, which I'm going to try this one first. Let's see if we can even see this on my face. Ooh. Oh, you can see it. It's fine. It's a little dark, but it's not like crazy dark. It kind of just matches in. If I need to brighten, I'll brighten up more with the other one. There we go. I'll blend that in. And this concealer is illuminating, it said, but it's actually kind of thick. I wasn't too sure if I was going to like this one. I'll see at the end. I got a little mirror so I can see what I'm doing with the blending. So the concealer actually has pretty good coverage. It's a little bit thicker than I would like for underneath my eyes. It kind of reminds me of the consistency of Tarte Shape Tape without the coverage. But, I mean, there is some coverage there, and I will drag it up on my eyelids. That way I have some kind of primer for the blushes when I use them for eyeshadow. I mean, you can obviously see it's there. You can see it's covered. Sorry, I don't mean to block these. I'm just trying to put on my eyelid. It's actually really nice on my eyelids. I actually like it there. So I might have a new eyelid primer. So if anything, I'll get that out of it. And I know I like the blush. I mean, I don't know how it wears on my face yet, but I know I like the consistency and color. I am going to use the other concealer stick to kind of brighten up a couple spots that I feel are a little bit darker still, like in the bags of my eyes. It's the only thing about the sticks is I got to kind of warm it up on my hand for a minute and then go in. And I noticed that when I was showing you guys yesterday, these stick ones. Otherwise it'll kind of pool on my eye. There we go. Sorry if you hear my daughters, they're all playing in their room and it's right next to my room, and obviously I film in my room, so. There you go. Wow, that looks bright. That looks crazy bright, but I did notice on my hand yesterday that the stuff blended away, so it's not really scaring me too much. Now, I am noticing that the creasing underneath my eyes is a little bit bad, and I think it's because the first concealer I used was a little thick. That's what normally happens, whatever. That's why I don't like the Tarte Shape Tape, is because it's a thicker consistency and it causes the creasing under my eyes to be like 10 times worse. Wow, I look like a ghost right now. So there's that. Sorry if it gets darker and lighter. I'm still working on my light. Alright, so on to the fun parts. Let's get into these crazy powders, like this one from yesterday that made a horrible mess. And this one right here, which I really didn't get to use. So I'll use that one last. I think this one's lighter. This is lighter here, so, oh goodness. Pump it up from the bottom. That's what you're supposed to do, and then tap it on, which I'm sure you can see it flying in the air, so it is working. Use my mirror. Let's see. There you go. If you tap straight down, you get a bunch of it in your eye, but powder comes out. This is a very stiff brush. It's very hard to use. It's very scratchy on my eyes. Well, under my eyes. But I think I'm going to dump this powder out if I like it. Because it does seem to be like, you know, very finely milled, a very nice powder. It's just this brush and this component are like crazy gimmicky. So I'm going to try to put it in the other container and then try using it regular. So there we go. I do look very ghostly still and a little bit on the yellow side, I think. Oh, goodness. This thing scares me. So I did find my empty Rimmel container right here, the Rimmel True Match. So I'm going to try putting this in here and see if that helps. Alright. So now onto the face powder. I've been waiting to use this because I think this looks like a very nice powder. So I'm just going to use the little powder puff it came with. And you can see it's a little darker, so it should darken up my face a little bit. Should just use this as a bronzer. Let me see if I can. So I can use this as a bronzer or a contour. Then, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna try the brush. Use this to warm up my face a little bit. There we go. That's working. So I'm using the brush. It's a Circa brush, which, like I said, I'm trying to be as one brand as possible. The only thing I might have to do is substitute for eyeshadow. The brush is not the product. Again, I'll make do. That's the whole point in these videos. Make and do. So it did warm me up a little bit. Actually, I kind of like it. For a light bronzer, if I'm like extra pale or something. Alright, so now the part I was waiting for. I've been wanting to use this on my face and I haven't yet. And it is a cream product that I know I just used powder, but it should still work because I've done it before. Is this beautiful cream blush. You can't see it as bright as I can, but trust me, it's there. It looks like the NARS Orgasm, like exact coloring, but in a cream. This is the Imperia. Right, you can see the shade and everything right there, and there's the color. It looks a little bit darker on camera than it does in person. There you go. You can kind of see like a gold shift to it almost, which is really exciting for me because I like glowy blushes. Sorry, couldn't think. So I kind of look like a clown on my end here, even though I don't for you guys because it does take more product to show you on camera. When I get close in a second, you'll see what I'm talking about. Closer real quick. That way you can see what my skin looks like and so you can see how dark I put this on because I did not blend it yet. So, hopefully that works. There you go. You can definitely see the pigness now. And there's the texture of my skin right. Ooh, look at that hair. Wow. So I'm going to blend it out and then I'll show you the texture of my skin a little bit better. But I'll excuse any extra texturing because of that, because that's what happens. You get more textured skin when you use cream over powder. So that's also, you know, maybe a helpful tip for somebody who don't know that. Alright, I'm going to get close again. So, there we go. I mean, it's hard for you guys to see it. I don't know why. I guess I blended down a little bit too much, but I don't know if you can see the texture of my face, but there you go. You can see the color. So I do have some color and some life back to my face. I'm pretty excited about that. I think I'm going to try to use a cream, the powder blush over it. And I think I'm going to use the middle shade. Because this first one I got was a little extra pinky. And it has like a satin finish. And that's a little bit light for my skin. This is the color I tend to gravitate towards more. This peachy pink. And this looks like it has a golden undertone too. And then I have a very, very dark one. Hard to open. Right there, which I showed you yesterday. This is a little bit too pink for me, I think. And there they went. Alright. Note to you guys and to self, if you drop these, even on carpet, they will shatter. So this ought to be fun to use as eyeshadow. So here's the one I'm going to use, the medium one. There we go. The way you guys can see the color too. It's actually really pretty. I like it. I think I used a little bit too much, but that's okay. Let me clean this off. Alright, so now we will move on to the brows, which I rarely ever do my brows on camera. Sorry about the noise. Because it's just a pain for me to do my brows in general. So, let's see. I have my brow gel here. That's a lip. That's eyeliner. That's eyeliner. Brow pencil. Alright, so I have my brow pencil here. I'm going to use my palette for a mirror. And I'm going to fill my brows just like I normally would. I normally use a brush and a pomade. Or my ABH brow pencil, not because I like it, but because I'm not going to waste it, because it costs an arm and a leg. This is actually going on very smooth, and it has a lot of pigment, so Not hating it. Their pencil products are very creamy. It's not like crazy waxy. Has plenty of pigment. The only thing I will say is I wish I had a spoolie on the other end. That would make more sense. That way I can get a decent brow, but again, I'll make do. Sorry guys, I have to get different angles to see the shape of my brow. They're probably not going to match because I don't have all the time in the world. I don't want to do too much cutting of this video, so I will make do. I know I've been saying that a lot, but that's really, I really like it. I like the texture of it. I like the color. I mean, it's all pretty decent. Very impressed by this brow pencil. Very impressed. My brows are done. I actually really like them. I hope this don't mess them up because me and brow stuff like this don't normally agree, but I do believe this is actually a pretty decent one. All these products are pretty decent. Like, it really shocked me. I mean, not that I thought they'd be crap because Dollar General stuff's pretty good, but normally when I want a brow pencil, I have to get my specific brow pencil. If I want a pomade, I have to get a pomade. If I want a brow gel, I have to get my brow gel that I get, but wow. Definitely pigment to this. I did wipe off all the excess on the spoolie because I didn't want to mess up. If you go into heavy-handed with a darker, why can't I think of what it's called? Brow gel, then it could mess up. Okay, camera cut off. So anyway, what I was saying is I don't want to go in with a dark brow gel because you go in with too much of it right away and it'll, you know, mess up the whole look. So I think that's what I was trying to say. Camera cut me off and messed me up. So there we go. Brows are set. I'm going to come in a little bit closer so you can see. They're not the greatest. I didn't do 100%. Like, that's a little pointy right there. But you can see it did a pretty good job. I mean, they're decent brows. They're not bad. It looks about what I normally do. Alright, so I'm going to go into the Broken Deep Color Blush for my eyeshadow. Tap it off a little bit. I'm going to put that in my crease right here. Which I don't normally ever do, like a hot pink look, so this will definitely be something different for me. I don't know if you can see it yet. So this is the darkest shade I'm going to use, and I'm going to use a lighter shade after this to blend it up. There you go, you can see that right there. Alright, over this side. Alrighty. So I got the first color in, and I think it looks pretty good. It's a lot darker than it looks on camera, but I'm going to use the peachy pink color that I used for blush right above my crease to blend in the other pink. There we go. The reason why I actually chose to use brushes is because I didn't want to make this look bad. Like, I really wanted to make this work. And they didn't have any eye brushes, so there's nothing I could do about that. But it's not like I'm using a actual product difference. I'm just using the brushes. So, hope you guys don't mind that. There we go. So that's all blended out. And I'm done with the blushes for that because I'm going to use my liquid highlighter that I'm going to use on my face in a minute. I'm going to use that on my eyes as my lid color. It's have like a little brush on it, so I figure it should be easy to use. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Sorry, guys. So let me get some out of it. I don't want it to be like a mess because this can get messy very quick because it's just like a squeezy tube with the brush on the tip. So let me use this right here. That's my shimmer shade, sorry. Alright, so there's that. So I'm going to use this as my regular highlight also because this is the highlight that I have. They didn't have any other highlights. So I'll do that and I'm going to, look at that highlight, that's gorgeous. I am noticing that it's picking up a little bit of the foundation and blush and everything that's over here, so it may look a little blotchy right there. There's nothing I can do about that. See how pretty that highlight is? It's gorgeous. So I'm going to use a little bit of this under my brow bone. Even though it's a little bit darker, it's still really pretty, so it should give me that lifted look. I'll use it for my inner corner. And again up here. Cupid's bow. There we go. And that's it. I don't do my nose anymore, so it's not. So what do I have left? I have to do my lips and my liner and mascara. So I had the brown eyeliner that I really like right here. And the back of my hand's covered in products, just so you know. Use brown eyeliner. Sorry, I don't mean to block you. I'm going to kind of bring this down a little bit on my lower lash line. So that way it looks like I have some kind of color down there. I really like this color. It's like brown but bronzy and almost has like a blackish undertone. It's like so many colors that, you know, it looks pretty cool. It's like multi-dimensional. That's what I was looking for. This is a very multi-dimensional eyeliner. Go. The eyeliner looks good. I'm really excited about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that color. I'll wipe some of this off the back of my hand so I'm not getting highlighter everywhere. Alright. So I'm going to take that pink shade that I used, the deep pink, and I'm going to blend the shimmer a little bit into my eye. And I'm also going to bring a tiny bit of it on my lower... Ooh, just took a chunk out of it. Sorry, guys. I'm going to blend a tiny bit on my lower lash line right here just to blend out the liner, which I can do it looking at you guys. Now mind you, these are blushes. They're not meant to be eyeshadow, so they're not meant to have like the craziest pigmentation, but as you can see, it's there. They blended amazingly. I'm very sad that they cracked, but I'll get over it. I'll fix them and they'll be good as new. So I'm going to use the mascara right here. It's the Circa Optical Illusions Lash Lengthening Mascara. Now I was pretty excited to use this. I'm a little scared because it feels like it's a very stiff wand. But the way the bristles are, it should separate every individual lash. Here you go. See how it is? It kind of has like that extra lump in the middle. It like twists around. It's pretty cool looking. So I know it lengthened my lower lashes. We'll see what it does to the top. Oh wow. Yeah, it's definitely lengthening and separating. I don't like the color at the first application, but I figure once I get a second coat on there, it should be a little darker. in one coat is a very natural looking lash with, well, a little extra length, but very natural looking in color. Sorry, I'm in block, you guys. I'm glad it don't like clump up at all. There we go. I like it. I like the formula of this. I might actually switch wands out with another one. I'm going to get closer and show you guys the mascara. Sorry you're hearing my squeaky chair. My light may go a little out of whack. Whoop, like that. But there's my lashes, which you can see they're, I don't know if I close my eyes if they look any different, or if I open them. You can see it didn't really clump up at all. It just lengthened my lashes. It made them look really nice, I think. You can see the eyeshadow, well, the blush is very pigmented. You can see the shimmer on my face. You can see all this. Last step I have to do is my lips, and the liner I got does not match it, but I'm going to try to use a little bit of the liner very sparingly before I use the lipstick. The liner, I'm sorry, is the Circa, like a roll-up liner, and it's in the color Wine. One thing I did notice is all of their lip liners and, well, yeah, the lip liners and lipsticks all smell like wine, literally. So I don't know if that's something it's supposed to do, especially being the shade is wine. So I don't often line my lips. I don't like to. I'm not very good at it. This one glides so smooth, it's actually pretty simple. Alright. Run at my finger so it's not so defined. I'm going to take down the color a little bit. I'm going to put a little here to contour my lip. There we go. I know it looks crazy when you first contour your lips, but I like doing it sometimes. I'm going to use the lipstick here in the shade, I can't see today, Audrey. I really like this lipstick. I actually wore it like twice yesterday, and even though it's more of a pinky color, it's not like a crazy pink, it's a toned down color. So I'm going to use a little bit of the lip gloss because I have it right here. There we go. It's really pretty. And I think that's it. I think that's all I have, right? Yep. So I use just about every single product of the products I have. I think I did use every single one of them except for the extra lipstick shades. I'm going to get closer and show you guys the final look since I don't have a setting spray. So there's the brows. You can see I really like the pencil and I like the brow gel, and I'm actually going to use it more often. The highlight's very pretty. I'll use that probably without makeup. I think that would be a really nice natural looking highlight on just like regular skin. The blush I used is eyeshadow. I could have blended it a little bit better, but this video is already long enough. The blush is really pretty. You can see the powder I used for contour and for bronzing worked. Lipstick worked. The BB cream, let me get a little closer. I know this is a little up close and personal. I do have my own texture right here, and it is showing a little bit more, like I said, using the cream product here for the highlight over top of the blush. Definitely did bring out my texture I have, but I'm also doing treatments to my face that's causing the texture to come out a little bit more. I do have texture here, and obviously like right in here also, but that is the, I don't know if that's enough light to show you really. That is the completed look using all these products. Alright, so if you guys stayed to the end of the video, I am going to show you guys this. I'm going to be doing a giveaway. Now, it's going to be in an Ipsy bag. That's what I'm going to send it in. Of course, I'll package it too. right here. This is the giveaway bag. The first thing I will be giving away is this Beauty Accents contouring brush right here. It's a nice little brush. I don't want to pull it out and show you because I don't want to touch it. You're going to be getting a few Circa products also because this video was on Circa products. You will be getting the Circa lip crayon in the shade Defiant, which is a really pretty wine color. It matches that lip liner. At the end, whoever gets this, let me know if it smells like wine too, because I know every other product I did smelled like wine. But anyway, very pretty color. I really like it, and I hope whoever gets it enjoys it. You also get the eyeliner I've been raving about for the past 2 days, the Circa High Definition Eyelining Pencil in the shade Espresso. You can see the shade on the end. It's like multi-dimensional and really pretty. So you'll be getting that. You'll also get this Rich Radiant Skincare Cocoa and Shea Butter Treatment Mask right there. It's just a sheet mask, but they're really good. I have them here and I use them often. You will also be getting the LA Colors Browy Wowie Tinted Brow Gel right there. This works for lighter colored eyebrows and darker color. You just use a little bit less if you have lighter color hair and eyebrows, or use a little bit more if you have darker color. And it does work because I have one and I've used them before. You will also be getting 2 of the Wet n Wild cream blush sticks. I don't know why I couldn't think what it was. Right here, that's what the colors are there. One's darker, one's lighter. This is in the shade Peach Bums, and this one is in the shade Floral Majority, right here. So I'll show you the bottom so you can see them. There you go. Very pretty. You will also be getting the LA Colors Strobing Illuminating Powder, which is a highlighter. Even though it's LA Colors, it's only a couple dollars, but it's a really pretty powder or highlight. If you watch Makeup by Peta, right? Lupita. If you watch her, then you'll see she uses this constantly. It's a very good highlighter. I've been using it for well over 2 years. Your last 2 items will be a silicone blending sponge right here, which this is literally how it came. It was in a giveaway bag I had, so that's how it is. If you rub it down with alcohol or witch hazel, it'll be fine. And the last item is the Pantene Pro V Intense Rescue Shot Hair Treatment right there. It's a nice size little treatment. So if you want to enter this giveaway, just put in either a yellow heart or type the word yellow, like this yellow, the color, and you'll be entered for my giveaway. My giveaway will end 1 week from today, so next Saturday is when I'll pull the winner. I'll do it live like I did my very last giveaway. So we'll come on here live and we will pick the winner. I will do it randomly on the comments on my phone. I'll just scroll and touch the winner, and that'll be it. So if you guys think that's a good idea, or if you want to give me a different way to be able to pick the winner, you can do that also. Just put it in the comments and then we'll figure it out from there. But this will end next Saturday. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend, and I will see you in my next. Bye guys.